Who's running for president? Click here for News Pulse News 2020 tracker. As the former vice president continues to drop hints that he is about to formally launch his bid for president, reports this week suggest it will be an unusual rollout. According to the New York Times, Biden and his top advisors have discussed two steps that could reassure voters about electing a 78-year-old president next year. They are considering elevating an heir by announcing a running mate early. Also under consideration is a possible pledge by Biden to serve only one term and the framing of Biden's 2020 campaign as a one-time rescue mission for a beleaguered country. According to Axios, Biden's advisors are debating the idea of packaging his presidential campaign announcement with a pledge to choose Stacey Abrams as his vice president. Abrams, a 45-year-old black woman, would bring youth and diversity to the ticket, and show voters that Biden, in the words of an Axios source, isn't just another old white guy. Biden and Abrams met for lunch last week to discuss her next political steps at the request of the former VP. Both moves are fraught with political danger. Admitting he is only interested in serving one term would make Biden a lame duck before he even takes the oath of office. And the instant anointment of Abrams as a running mate would be seen by some as gimmicky and smacking of desperation. President Trump, in a Fox Business interview Friday, on who he'd like to face in the 2020 election, former New York City Mayor Michael Bloomberg, who earlier this month announced he would not seek the 2020 Democratic presidential nomination, candidly explained his rationale at a business event in Manhattan on Thursday. Matt Bai, News Pulse News national political columnist, in his weekly column Shocker, the Democratic Socialists of America announced Friday that its organization has voted to formally endorse self-described Democratic Socialist Bernie Sanders for president. Mock them if you will, but CNN's town halls with presidential candidates have produced more actual policy declarations and sharp exchanges than your average campaign event this early in the cycle. During her CNN town hall in January, Senator Kamala Harris, D. California, said she fully supports the Medicare for All single-payer health insurance plan. At her CNN town hall in Jackson, Miss, on Monday, Senator Elizabeth Warren, D. Mass, proposed getting rid of the Electoral College system. And in Austin, Texas, earlier this month, Pete Buttigieg, former South Bend industry mayor, raised his national profile during his hour on CNN while attacking Vice President Mike Pence, the former Indiana governor and religious conservative. Pete Buttigieg on Vice President Pence during a CNN town hall on March 11. Of course, when it comes to substance, they all can't be winners. At his CNN town hall in Atlanta, John Hickenlooper was asked whether he would pledge to choose a woman as his running mate. And the former Colorado governor offered a curious response. How come we're not asking more often the women, would you be willing to put a man on the ticket? Hickenlooper said. He was also asked to explain why he took his mom to see the X-rated film Deep Throat on Thanksgiving break when he was a teenager. He said he asked his mom, then newly widowed, thinking she wouldn't want to go. But he wanted to get out of the house. The new headquarters for Trump's 2020 campaign in Arlington, Virginia, is a far cry from the makeshift Trump Tower office that served as the nerve center of his 2016 operation. CNN, the network that Trump has derided as fake news, was recently given an exclusive tour. The walls aren't lined with an eclectic assortment of Trump swag and fan mail. There is no wall of shame exhibiting pictures of vanquished rivals. Staffers work at desks and in sleek, glass-doored offices rather than huddled behind plastic folding tables surrounded by unpainted drywall. We now have an operation and time to build that, a building that has proper desks in it and proper things, Parskale said in an interview with CNN. Last time, not for any fault of some of the people that run it, but it just was fly-by-night sometimes because it was going so fast. We already have the President of the United States, Parskale added. We have the incumbency, we know where we're going. Hunter Walker, Joe Biden, almost, announces he is running for president. Alex Nassarian, why did Kamala Harris let Herbalife off the hook? Matt Bai, Democrats are going big. They're certainly not bold. Stephanie S.Y., John Delaney wants to take on the bully in the White House era. John, Bloomberg, once an insurgent, Sanders now has frontrunner challenges. Beto O'Rourke is in South Carolina. Kamala Harris will hold a rally at one of America's largest historically black colleges and universities, Texas Southern University in Houston, on Saturday at 11 a.m. CT. Harris and Senator Cory Booker, DNJ, are participating in a one-hour Bet Town Hall, American Justice, which will air on Sunday at 9 p.m. ET. Senator Kirsten Gillibrand, DNY, is holding her formal campaign kickoff rally in front of the Trump International Tower in New York City on Sunday at 12 p.m. ET. She was in Iowa earlier this week. Friday, March 22, sunny, 56 degrees/29 degrees. Saturday, March 23, light rain, 54 degrees/41 degrees. Sunday, March 24, rain, 49 degrees/34 degree. Manchester, NH. Friday, March 22, showers, 40 degrees/35 degrees. Saturday, March 23, partly cloudy, 42 degrees/28 degrees. Sunday, March 24, partly cloudy, 56 degrees/35 degrees. Source, Weather Underground.